I can't look at it. I can't do a whole podcast looking at it. I'm just
I see it there on the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm right next to it. If you want to know why that's happening,
that brim is flat for a reason.
The flattest, most flamboyant hat. I mean, this caricature of a hat.
Dead serious. If I
go to Patreon, you'll find out.
How long would it take you to get used to this hat?
I'm already used to it.
I mean, I already love it because it's buffoonish, but it would take a few weeks.
No, because Joe, I've never looked at you and thought you look cool. So
yeah, but you're also there's sometimes I've worn things that you didn't notice.
That's true,
right?
You look good in a suit.
Yeah,
I will tell you.
You're a good suit guy.
You know, often I wear a suit.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah, when you get married, but occasionally you'll put a suit on. Look,
wear
nice.
a suit next week.
Yeah, a suit and that hat.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll look like an NBA draft pick.
The name of the episode: Flat Brim Suit. Yes, just the sharpest angle. Now, Joe, I have one of the most selfish, self-serving asks of you, and this is. I actually texted you both about this earlier.
And we have no idea what you're about to ask.
None.
Can I say something? When I used to get upset with my brother, I used to wait until this show.
Okay.
I felt like there was a buffer. Is that what you're doing right now? Is this show a buffer? You wouldn't want to ask me this off the air?
I thought it would be good entertainment value
for
I want to show my flaws and shortcomings and just desperations, okay? More than anything else. Hi, Brittany, Ariel, Pam, God, Sarah, nothing but hotties in there tonight.
I told Brittany to shut up today in the chat. On
our Patreon.
On our Patreon,
yes.
yes. On our Patreon.
Huh. Yeah, you have to listen to
I had no idea that Joe could log in as our Patreon. So
oh, damn.
I keep putting these polls up, but I'm like, he's sending me the here's why you're wrong.
Yeah,
who you cast.
Like, why don't you just?
And then I'm like, you can just post this poll. Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
she says
we're organized.
My soul.
I doubt it.
And a wave to sweet Sarah as well. Yeah. Hopefully, you and some friends are coming out to the Cellar Door in Frederick this Sunday. If you guys want to come and see me do some stand-up.
And I'll be there the following Sunday.
Hell yeah, man! Great room. Shout out to our friend Ryan Nazer, great comedian who I did a show with this past weekend at the Roadside Grill. We'll get into. Funny, we should mention shows.
Okay, here we go.
I am off the show tomorrow. Okay. It is Juneteenth. It is now a federal holiday. I thought we were all taking off. Turns out we're not. Turns out I'm the only person taking off tomorrow. Last year we all took off. This year, just me. Everyone else is in, including Kobe, which if you don't understand the irony behind that, I need to give you a minor history lesson.
So Kobe's in, C4's in.
Everybody's in. Kirk will be there. Just
Torrey Smith is in.
All there. So tomorrow, Torrey Snow, TJ Smith.
TJ Smith.
There's a couple of names that overlap. Okay.
So you're more woke than them, is what you're saying.
What I'm trying to say is
that you're just a better person.
Bit of an ally.
Okay.
All right. What I'm saying is decent human being right here. Maybe my ancestors really have some atoning to do. So tomorrow on the program, Justin Scott and Spiegel, you're going to be filling in for me. I have been trying to get a guest set for a couple of months now on the Burt Kreischer Fully Loaded Comedy Festival at Merriweather this Friday.
Okay.
It is Burt Kreischer, Joe DeRosa, Big J. Okerson, the man that I say on air stole Brady's soul, Tony Hinchcliffe, the fat rascal himself, our pal, Stavros Halkias.
It's a heck of a lineup.
It is a sick lineup. I have been trying to backdoor weasel my way into this thing for a while now. Through multiple angles. First and foremost, our dear friend Stavi. I have done the ask. Hey, if there's anything you can do, let me know.
You're not looking for any money, right?
I'll pay.
Gotcha.
I want 5 crisp minutes on this thing. A guest set. I've talked to people. First, I talked to Stavros. He's like, I'm kind of a hired gun. I just do my thing.
You know Big J too, though.
I didn't know. We don't have much of a relationship.
Okay,
We've had him on the show before. He's fucking great. I love Legion of Skanks. He's Skankfest. The guy deserves every dime he makes, every bit of adoration he gets. So I'm also friends with an employee of Burt Kreischer, guy by the name of Kyle. Kyle, I bumped into him and his father at tailgates. I've also gently asked, hey, what's going on? Then I found out that the first headliner I ever worked with multiple times, incredible comedian Chad Daniels, did a rip of shows, Fully Loaded Comedy Festival. He was on the shows that Jelly Roll came to. Jelly Roll was out there doing sets. It was a big to-do. Chad, I hit him up, and he goes, I'll try and get a hold of the tour manager. I'll see what I can do. I know they've done guest sets. They've done guest sets in certain markets for some people. It's not a no. It's a let me find out. And he, again, just kind of a hired gun. And I'm kind of striking out here and there. And you know what? It's not their burden to bear. So I now place it in your lap. Tomorrow at 9:30, you're interviewing Bert Kreischer.
Okay.
On the show.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
We just found this out today, post-show. They want to fill up Merriweather. So Bert's doing a nice little last-minute promotional push.
Right.
The thing is well on its way to selling out, but he wants to see to it. The machine himself, just from assholes to elbows, this place is packed to the rafters. I have seen you be both viciously Grim Reaperish to new comics and really remove their souls and their desire to do this from them for their own good. I've also seen you pump a person up to make them believe in themselves in a way that they didn't even believe in themselves. I've seen you absolutely just Pied Piper children to where they love you at the end of the day more than they love their birth parents. I mean it when I say you might be one of the most charming people when you really put your mind to it. And tomorrow,
don't wear that hat, though.
Do not wear that hat. I need you to paint your Mona Lisa.
Now, let me real quick. I got to ask some questions.
Okay, because I might have an end for you.
Go.
Do it.
Yes. Here we go.
I need.
Here we go.
I got to ask some
no
questions.
pressure. It's just going to be the biggest show I'd ever.
This is on the phone.
This is going to be on the phone.
Okay,
he's going to be calling in right around 9:30 tomorrow.
Now, I can promise you, I'll put a strategy together and I'll try to get this done. And I will, at the expense of the interview, I won't be interested in doing anything other than making sure that I get.
No one's listening at 9:30.
That you're on this show. That's what I'm going to do.
I wanted him earlier. It's the first spot that he had.
Right.
Not wrong. There's a little bit of a loss.
I 100% will ask.
He's on the West Coast, so that's really.
I'm at a big disadvantage, but I will do it.
You are at a disadvantage. No,
100%.
This is an away game. If there's ever been an away game, your starting quarterback's gone. The balls are deflated. Enemy territory. Rob, you say you might have an idea in.
Bert knows me. We worked together 2 years in a row in Richmond, and I was just on Bob and Tom, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, me and Keckner.
With him.
Now, he was on Zoom, but we were in the interview together.
Yeah.
And he said hello to me. So you could sort of, in a way, hey, my good friend Rob Mayer, he and David Keckner were just just on Bob and Tom with you. He says, well, he would have loved to have done the show, but he's in Nashville with Dave that night. But another friend of mine, Justin Schlegel.
So I need
you could sort of get in.
No, I'm
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say, hey, we our plates. What do you always say? The foods on our plates touch a lot.
Yeah.
What I am gonna do is I got to make sure Josh and Scott are aware that I'm going to attempt to do this.
They know that I don't think they know that I'm having you be
but
my
if they
trigger
don't
man.
Know,
let them know.
Because I have to. They got to let me do this.
But they know that I want on.
Okay,
and my brothers want the best for me.
They got to let me do it. They got to let me do it. So I'll let them know.
Just let them know ahead of time.
I'll say, hey, listen, I'm going to ask this. Give me enough breathing room to get out the whatever strategy I put together.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to need. So I'm going to need to say, hey, we're one of you. We travel in the same circles. We know some of the funniest people. People on that show are good friends with the guy who I'm filling in for today. And then I'm going to try. Now I got to think of a strategy on how I'm going to say, hey, how do we get him a guest set on this show?
Do you bribe with like a charity donation?
Do I bribe?
Yeah.
I'm not paying for Justin to be on that show. Now, Justin can.
There's on the other hand, I have got $200 cash in my pocket.
I mean, I'd be willing to give $200, but that's the thing. What amount removes?
Would you give him a Patreon subscription?
Shock value says 0% chance you get another job. I mean, Chuck, you're kind of right. Yeah. I mean, it's to tell you what, I'm not saying it's zero. It's a single-digit percentage, and it's probably
it might hurt your chances.
Yeah. Well, I have no chance.
right now, yeah, I got to ask.
Well, you know what's interesting?
Moko says Joe versus the Machine. It's a good joke.
Moko says, get Justin some peanut butter because that man is jelly. Okay. So, anyways, back to the adult table. That I've been listening to. Obviously, I love Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, and there was an episode they did not long ago about them each talking about times that they just full on were just like reaching out to headliners.
Yeah.
Reaching out. Can I be on a show with you? Can I be on a show with you? Can I be on a show with you? And I mean, again, 90 times out of 100, it's not working. But there is, and unfortunately, it's like the gambling addict that had that one big 5-leg parlay that hit.
We know one of those guys.
I've always said someone can't say yes unless you ask.
Exactly. Well,
do we know about the ticket sales? Because, you know, it might be like Justin can move some tickets. Maybe that's an angle.
I mean, we could tell him that.
That's what I will be telling him.
Go ahead and tell him that. But, I mean, I'm not sure if there were people that were like, Kreischer, Stavros, Hinchcliffe, DeRosa, Big J, Dan Soder. Schlegel's going to be there.
Look,
we'll drive to Columbia.
Well, he's not doing press if it's sold out. He's not getting up at 6 a.m. West Coast time.
Yeah, I think he wants to pack the thing. Well, you know, I did this back in the day with Brian Regan, and it worked. I asked his management. I shot in the dark because I love Brian Regan. He's one of my favorite comics.
Do I have Bert's phone number?
And I went and emailed his management, and they're like, can you do 5 minutes clean? Like, yes. And I knew the feature act whose name escapes me right
the
now.
guy, it was
say his name.
Yeah, he's the guy who had dropped the cake on the stage at Paul
Mercurio.
That's it.
Great dude. And I was like, wait a minute, Paul Mercurio's been on. I get a relationship. I'll ask. He vouches. I'm on. 5 minutes. Boom, boom, up, out. Great job. If he ever comes back to town, he'll work with you again. Never did.
Okay.
But still, it's kind of happened. So
I have Bert's phone number. I don't know if it's new, or not. But I'm looking at the tickets right now, and there's some left.
There's a few left.
Section 101, 13 tickets.
And I'm with Moku.
102, 16, 204, 77, 100 plus 202, that was 204, 227 tickets, 201, 100 plus, 203, 29.
Let's pack this bitch.
There's the lawn. I mean, there's got to be 1,000 tickets left for this thing.
Why not just go in for the interview? Hackman, great idea. I'm lazy. I don't want to call in
he doesn't
or
want
drive all the way
that
there.
bad.
No, I really want to take the day off.
Could we do a little bit of a preemptive strike, Rob?
Is there any way?
This is what I say.
Shit, I should. Now I'm involved in this.
No,
there you go. Welcome.
I
Rob,
fucked that up.
I've got two gunmen.
Send him a text. Okay, I'm not saying you're gonna do this. This is the idea. Hey, you're on the show that I'm on in the morning on 98 Rock tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, that's what you're gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the morning, shoot him a text. Say, hey, sorry, not feeling whatever you want to say. I have my buddy filling in.
Yeah.
Okay. Somehow I need him to know. I need him to know. No, it is a show that you're on.
Okay.
Or you could say, oh, I thought I was on my co-host on my podcast.
Then I realized I wasn't racist, so I'm taking off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way that you can say it is the show that you're normally on, or hey, you're on 98 Rock with the show I'm on. Somehow let him know.
Okay.
We have a relationship with you, and you have a relationship with the show. Then when he gets on, we go, oh yeah, you work with my buddy Rob Mayer.
This is also Machiavellian.
Somehow we have to be able to.
All right.
Have some sort of rapport where we know similar people.
Hear me out.
Good.
I text Bert.
Mm-hmm.
I say, hey, I have a buddy. This will work perfect for Juneteenth. He's a great comic. Can you get him on the show? And then I just imply that you're black, and then I get you on the show.
Right. I never said I was.
Yes.
I never said I wasn't.
Schlegel?
Okay, that sounds Kenyan.
Justin Schlegel, the comedian.
Yes. Justin Schlegel from Down to Block.
Yes.
There is one big issue that I have a feeling that they're going to ask, and luckily you have some of this, Joe, and I don't. There's no footage of me really online doing stand-up much. Not modern. You can find an old clip of me back in my special 15 years ago, 30 pounds lighter, no
You've
beard,
recorded
full of
some
hope.
stuff recently, though.
Very little, and very poor quality, and it's goofy.
That does not help.
It doesn't help. I haven't filmed much of anything.
There's a guy.
Let me see this guy.
He's a great comic. Any video? Nah.
You've never heard of him.
Yeah.
You cannot see him.
Yeah. There's clips of him, but he looks completely different.
How about a
cinema
cinema clip of you on Stavros' pod?
Not a bad idea. There we go. Because anybody's getting on that thing is going to be worth their weight in something. So
why don't you say?
Why don't I? Excuse me. I give you his number. You text Stavros and him at the same time as if you just already had his number, like your paths had crossed.
I feel bad taking his number like that. I feel creepy. I would feel weird. Yeah.
Send him a dick pic.
Genius. Okay. You know what I'll do? I'll do what Butcher did at the end of episode 1 of The Boys.
I loved it.
Hell yeah.
I loved it.
What a great
If you're
moment.
not watching The Boys,
goddamn,
the best commercial. I was hoping that you had seen that.
Yeah.
I asked. Nobody had seen it. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I was just waiting for a time where somebody was not in the room for me to watch The Boys.
Quick
on Amazon.
story.
Please.
Quick story. So the only person that had seen episode 1 of The Boys, I'm not going to give anything away. I know I gave away Hitman, but screw you if you thought that was a good movie.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah. I said, Tommy's the only one who'd seen it. I go, hey, what about what you just referenced that happened at the end of episode 1? He goes, oh, I must have been looking at my phone. He didn't see it.
How do you not see that? That's the crying game reveal. That's the baby from the coffee table.
God, I love it.
The woman in the car looking at her phone at the end of The Boys.
So funny. So funny.
So bad.
Be honest, Justin.
Okay.
I go to you.
All right.
Dude, I texted Bert. You got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you show up, and I just made it up.
Oh, God.
Are you? Are you?
That's a great break.
Great break.
I'm furious.
Okay.
And I'm impressed. It's going to take me, reference the cookie episode. It's going to take me a little bit to get past it. I'm going to be,
worth it, though?
I'm going to be a little, you shouldn't have said shit. You shouldn't have said shit. You should have said,
You're on, dude.
brother.
Yeah.
I won't let me in. I'm texting stuff. Stop. He's like, I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
the other thing. Let's say,
Holy
for
shit,
example,
that's so funny.
let's say you do get a guest.
Yeah.
How do you get in?
I'm assuming a tour manager will get a hold of me and be like, there's a I've gone through the talent entrance before, back when you used to do that M3 thing.
Oh yeah.
It's a simple enough. Park on the side, go through there.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay.
But it might let's just say in a world where our friends here, Moku and Shock, aren't correct, even though I think both of you are.
Yeah.
Zero fucking chance I get on this thing. If I get back there, where do I sit? Who do I hang out with? I'll say Stavros. We'll dap it up.
Yeah.
But he's going to go and be the fucking superstar that he deserves to be.
He also might be preparing for performing in that
Crush
in front of that type of audience.
Hinchcliffe's going to be like, do you know Tony Hinchcliffe and I fucking crossed paths in LA?
Okay.
And he absolutely had every right to fucking roast me after a dog shit set. Remember, I used to tell the joke / story, shocker, it was long-winded, about the origin of the glory hole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's a fucking bit. It's if once I'm in it for about 10 minutes. And I did it in an open mic. So it's the only thing I did. I had no other time for anything else because I was trying to workshop that joke. He was hosting the open mic at the Comedy Store. That it gets next to nothing. It's a room full of comics, a couple of tourists, doesn't do well. And he gets back on stage with that very like dry, wry, treble, nasally, even though at the time he was a fucking murderer back then, 2011. He goes, wow, give it up for that long form improv. Anyways, your next comedian. I'm like, all right.
Katie has an idea, and I'm gonna add on to it to make it work better. I think Joe should say Justin was just on Stav's podcast. Keckner was just on our podcast.
I like it.
Justin has a massive local following. Can he get him a 5-minute spot? That I would add this.
Okay,
but you have to do this part, or do you just bluff?
You gotta suck his dick.
No.
No.
Okay. If you've seen The Boys,
we're trying to get him on the show.
Thank you.
No, say that you're going to be there. You bought a ticket.
Oh, I'm going to be there anyways. Yeah, bring me up. I immediately buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Lawn, yes.
Cheapest ticket.
Yes, I'll buy a ticket. I'm going to be there to send somebody out to find.
And then you could text staff, hey, can't wait for the show. I'm here. Just throwing it out there again. Fine either way. Ready to do 5 minutes. God. I'm ready for the call.
You don't get something unless you ask for it. But you have to drive in that lane.
Yeah.
Stavros looks at you as a fucking peer. Come on.
Stavros is a good guy, but Stavros is at that level now where he's in a different atmosphere, stratosphere. If I text him, he will text back. It takes a while, but the guy's fucking got 12 irons in the fire.
You don't think he has people like Dave Schofer texting him fucking shit and like,
those numbers are way blocked.
Okay.
Yeah. Luckily, mine are still there. And I mean, he's again as friendly as he is talented. But I'm trying to find that level. I have a level of self-respect,
right? Where you don't want him to dislike you or not, or you don't want him to not want to see your text.
Exactly. I don't want to be the like, oh God, it's this fucking has-been that used to be around here. So yeah, I got to thread that needle nicely, and I need both of you to do it for me. We'll be back next week.
But can we get a commitment, Joe? We don't know if it's going to work, but you will.
Oh, no, 100%. I will ask. Absolutely, I will ask. It might be awkward. I might not be, I might not nail it,
Jesus
but I will
Christ.
ask.
Fucking Rodney. the bit I used to do to
Yeah.
get on planes. There's only one way to do this. I have to pretend to be deaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I used to sneak onto planes ahead of time. Jesus. Well, maybe in the event that I don't get on and I feel like I've suffered some sort of emotional or professional damage, I could reach out to a lawyer and have him take up the case. Would he? Won't he? It'd be worth finding out by going to ricelawmd.com. Look at the logo on the hat. Look at the man over there. He's the patriarch of the DLP and a man that we love very, very much. He was on our show this morning.
Hey, when I was on WBAL, I'm on there with Brian Neiman, and it was the first newscast, the first show that they had after the Rachel Morin's killer was caught.
Yes.
And he goes, he goes, I bet Rachel Morin's family, I'll bet they should probably get legal representation. They should probably start. I go, no, they have it.
No, they have it.
They have it.
The best in the business.
That's right. They got
ricelawmd.com. This fella right over there, who, by the way, I'm not trying to put the guy's business out there. He took that case pro bono.
Yes, he did.
He took that case, kept the fires lit, tried to make sure that everybody still remembered that this woman's murder was still out there. He's going to get you your personal injury settlement. You don't get paid. He doesn't get paid. You know the whole rigmarole. Mirtha Pasoris are as awesome as he is. So again, please, if you have any type of legal issues, things that he does, things that he doesn't, he might be able to recommend somebody good to you. But honestly, in a sea of dog shit lawyers, he is one of the few sweet-smelling cinnamony angels out there in the legal world. Please tell him we sent you. ricelawmd.com. Thank you.
Do we take credit for that? Are we part of solving this murder? I mean, in some form or fashion?
Do we take credit?
I mean, like what? 1%?
I think we did. I think it's because of us.
I think so.
Yeah.
Put that on our bio. We solve murders.
We help solve.
Yes.
And by the way,
yeah.
Although,
if you listen to the Patreon, maybe we don't solve a murder.
Maybe we don't solve a murder. Rob gets an email.
Boy.
Holy shit. And in the moment, email that Rob gets about, and I'll just set the table, and you want to hear how it plays out, you got to go to the Patreon. Patreon Palooza, July 11th, 7/11, every single Patreon show. Someone requested plus some awesome surprises. Someone requested a murder mystery. They just had one caveat, one small thing we couldn't do.
Little thing.
That I wear this hat.
Yes, that he had to wear a flat brim that would look bad on Action Bronson.
Please give it a listen.
Give it a listen. The thing they ask us to not do.
It's
I'll give you 10 guesses and you'll get it wrong 10 times.
You will.
You will not get it right. It was you could have given me all evening to guess, and I would not.
No, I realized that when I asked you. I was like, how would you ever guess this? Joe, what's up with the TV? Are we're not.
Oh, geez. The electricity must have gone out.
Okay.
But all right. We'll turn it back on next time.
Yeah, just trust us.
Yeah.
We're the DLP agenda.
We'll figure it out.
Something else we got into on the Patreon that we got to tell sort of the other half of, and it is, you start at the Patreon with this. It's a
good episode.
It's a great episode, but it was a story that I was uncomfortable for you and everybody involved. As you told me, you were on another edition of Doug Benson's Doug Loves Movies.
Yeah, you can listen to it now wherever you listen to podcasts. It's a movie game show kind of podcast. I know nothing about movies, which is funny that I'm on it. But there was what was edited out. We talk about on the bonus. But for the actual show itself, I was not prepared because I know going in I'm not going to win because I know shit about movies. But I should have been prepared for this because I know from doing this 4 or 5 other times. He always asks you to recommend a movie.
Okay.
Did you forget on the way there?
I did.
Okay.
So when I realized that was when he asked, there's 3 of us. The first guy, I was the second to answer. He recommended some, and it's always, people are always recommending cool movies.
Yeah.
Right?
They want to recommend a movie that's like, hey, look how much I know.
Right.
Like when
something that you might not have even heard of.
This was only shown at Cannes.
Yes.
They only showed this at a film festival. I'm not going to go, have you seen Spider-Man 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe I've recommended the Keckner movie. Gosh, I keep forgetting what it's called. But it's kind of a dark movie that.
It's like true crime. It's not that. It's called Cheap Thrills. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, fuck. What am I going to recommend? And I go, you know what? Let me try to flip this. And last week, great episode, wasn't here, feeling better. Thanks for asking. Eric joined you, or was it 2 weeks ago? When did you talk about Hitman? Was
last
I here?
week? Yeah.
Okay. So you talk about the movie Hitman, and I was like, on Netflix. I'll just do Joe's rant because I did start watching that. I watched like 10 minutes.
Right. It's pretty accurate what I said.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't get nearly to what, but I just filling in the blanks from what you said. I said, You know, I'd like your rant.
And I heard it, and he goes, "We've never had anyone do that before." I'm
Yes.
like, "Oh, he's gonna nail this."
Right.
Hell yeah.
You know,
and it got laughs.
yeah. And I was excited, but then he fucked you.
And then he goes, "Okay," because I'm thinking, forgot out of that. He goes, "Okay, but what would you recommend?" I'm like, "Mother goddamn! I just did that thing. It got laughs. Clear."
Have you seen Top Gun? It's got jets.
And then
And the second one, they go
recommend
faster.
like the last movie. Like I've seen Saltburn, but I didn't even think of that. But that was also be like the cliche thing to recommend at this point.
Yeah.
I said the movie Air
Oh,
about Michael Jordan signing with Nike.
Oh, with Ben Affleck?
Yes, and
I
Matt
didn't see it.
Damon.
that's like going, "Hey, let me tell you some ice cream you should try.
Yeah.
Try vanilla."
Hey,
Whoa.
you guys ate it,
Try chocolate.
dude. Golden Corral. Have you checked it out?
Have you had the Longhorn Steakhouse? Home of the
Jeez.
Flame Kiss sirloin?
I know you've been to Outback, but have you had the bloomin' onion?
Yeah. So, and then I'm like, I'm trying to sell it, and he's like, I could tell he's like, really? And he tries to save me, but like, yeah, that was supposed to get nominated for a bunch of Oscars.
Yes. I
So
heard
he
him.
did like try to save it, but I
Yeah.
was like, God, it's just so not cool. But I ended up getting some laughs, and there was a thing where when you run out of guesses, you can phone a celebrity. And twice now I've done this. I've called Keckner.
Maybe you should call Bert Kreischer,
and he's
ask
answered,
him
yes.
if Justin can be on the
I've
show.
called Keckner, and he's answered, and we've had funny report. He's given me a correct answer. So I feel like I came out looking pretty good.
Good.
I definitely lost, was in last place. There was never had a chance of winning, but I got laughs and I represented myself. Well, that's all. But
Yeah, you don't care about winning because you don't win anything.
No,
Yeah.
but I was like, I could have fucking prepared a Kimber the movie to recommend.
You're
That
becoming
was
a real
so
regular on
stupid.
these things, too, which is good. This is like the fifth
Well,
one.
yeah, we get along. And his girlfriend's super cool. She's always asking us about the murder mystery because I talk about that. And it's a good way to plug things. So check it out. Doug Loves Movies. I think I represented myself well. I forgot to plug the DLP agenda, but then I snuck it in later.
Got it right at the very
Yes.
end. And please listen to the Patreon because there is another component. Something happened the night of the taping that you'll never get to hear because they had to cut it out of the episode.
Yes.
15 minutes of horror that on the Patreon, Rob will color in all the details. And may I never attend a show, either as an audience member or on stage, and have what happened to all of you happen at one of mine because I wouldn't know what the hell to do.
It's a vibe.
Hey,
It's a vibe.
real quick, I had a party this weekend. You couldn't make it.
Yes,
right?
I was at the Roadside Grill.
Katie wants to have. Tell me if you guys think this sounds like fun. It's during the week.
Okay.
So you'd have to, you'd either have to, risk some sleep or you'd have to take off. We're gonna have a party during the debate.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna have a bingo card.
Okay. All right.
And we're gonna have on there, he gets his mic turned off. He can't find his way off the stage.
Okay. Trump uses a nickname.
He insults the looks of somebody's family member.
I can't understand
somebody off.
what
Yeah.
Biden's saying.
Right.
Yes, the moderator gets frustrated.
So,
Oh, yeah.
I
Let's
think
do
that's
debate
next,
bingo.
I think it's next Thursday.
Shit.
Is
yeah,
it that soon?
I think
Damn,
it is.
really?
It's
I'm
like-
not ready. I'm not ready for
Oh,
it.
man.
Yeah. It's
Hold on.
we can't wait for it.
Well,
I'm pretty
going
sure
on next Thursday.
it's on our calendar, so I think it is. Katie will say in chat when it is, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure I'm free.
Are you gonna-
I might just be sleepy the next day.
Let me see.
Shit. The next day is 98 Rock Night at the Yard.
Oh, we're going.
Oh,
Yeah, no, you know what?
98 Rock.
It is Thursday because Katie and I are going to 98 Rock
Hell
Night.
yeah. 7:05
And
Orioles
then-
Rangers.
Yeah, and we're also going the next day.
That's awesome.
I actually called Randolph and I said, "Hey, are you going to 98 Rock Night?" He goes, "Yeah, but I'm in a suite."
Oh,
He did ask. Now
Yeah.
it's kind of cool though.
Okay.
Is Joan Jett's doing the heavy lifting this year? She's throwing the pitch. She's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
Mr. Splash. Some of the stuff we're doing, we're pre-taping.
Well, hell
We
yeah.
got to go up. I think the only duties we have that evening is we're going to go up into the booth and call like a half an inning per person, me, Scott, Josh. And then
Oh,
we're
hell
going to
yeah.
have this thing over near Home Run Plaza where we're going to be hanging out, shaking babies and, kissing fat kids.
Josh is going to do the radio.
Josh, all of us are going to take a
No,
half an inning on the radio. And Josh is going to do it
Wow.
alongside Jeff and Melanie. They're
Oh,
going to be
hell
up
yeah.
there.
That's awesome.
But Randolph is like, hey, suite's open, brothers.
Nice.
Stop on through. So we will probably go and hang out with Mr. Randolph Rice.
All right.
And there's going to be some celebrating going on in that booth. I can't get wrecked because I'm driving my family with
I gotta
me,
figure
but
out if I can make it to that.
you got to make it out, dude. Where are you out here this weekend? Are you in town?
I'm in town, but I have this thing with my mom's dog because my step half brother's fiance's coming and she has her dog. I might have dog duty. It's a fucking long story.
Either way, but you have to email Dan's secretary, Dan
Yeah.
Jarris's secretary. in
I'm
order to get
emailing
tickets.
Randolph Rice.
Yeah,
well, that's a
email,
different
yeah,
thing.
you know, stick with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
because it'll
different
just be
thing.
you.
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
you'll be sitting well.
I have a theory in this. I want to get this in before Pride Month is over because it's related. This is not controversial, so everybody can just relax. But I have a theory that I know 100% this will never happen,
Okay.
but I am 100% sure that it would work.
Okay.
You take every person who you don't want in a town center, at a mall, in a restaurant, every bad crowd, every bad element of every race,
Okay.
they all have one thing in common. Or the other thing, they're super conservative and religious, that they would be like a buzzkill.
Okay.
All these people have one thing in common. They're homophobic.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have a place that's getting run down by the wrong crowd, every hour you have these big TVs, minute of gay porn goes up.
Just 1 minute.
Just
You know
a minute.
You don't even need a minute.
Not even a minute. Just
10
a flash.
seconds.
Right.
10 seconds of from the back.
Yes.
Ball bag, crank, into A, slap, 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 slap. While
Yes.
someone's trying to eat a wing, that place clears out. That place clears out.
You're
quick.
laughing, Joe, but you know, because if anybody that's homophobic, you're going there, that's where blah, blah, blah.
That's where they randomly
never show up. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black poles, white holes.
So
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
saying, hey, here's the thing. You might have to watch a little bit of gay porn, but you're never going to have to deal with these, these horrible people.
And once
I'm down.
Interesting
Exactly.
theory.
I'm down. I'm
Once
down.
the word gets out, you can show it less. It's just that becomes the place.
I'll actually complain when they start showing it less.
Yeah.
Okay, can you turn the game off?
Guys,
Okay?
come on.
I came for the gay, not the game. Okay, you could call it like GAYME. Game sports bar. Hey, I'm into it.
Know where Steve-O will be. I mean, you'll get out all the wrong people. It'll be a fun group. Plus, you'll get some gays. They're always fun to hang out
blast to
with.
hang out with.
Yeah.
And you can't hear a Pride Parade. It's a fucking party. Put a harness on me and put me
Absolutely.
on a float. Those things are a jam. It's funny you bring it up. I was telling you guys.
So put that on the screen right now.
Put that on right now. Just 10 seconds during Patreon Palooza, July 11th. Can't wait to have you there all day long. Your favorite Patreon episodes, free, paid for stuff never before done or haven't done in a while. I was telling you guys while you had this party, which we get into on the Patreon, you had a party that we have to put behind a paywall because maybe someone left and had to turn around. I was at a show, Roadside Grill, Pete Bergen, Ryan Nazer,
good guys,
Izzy Gelflin, Mike Quinlan, great show.
Good
If
show.
you don't know the name Izzy, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. It's either Gelfland or Gelfand. She's frustratingly good for having been in comedy so little, and on top of that, she's super nice. We're at the back. At the back, all the grizzled old comics are like, "Oh, fuck you," because she's so funny.
Just naturally funny.
She's just naturally funny. She told this great joke about how women are getting drunk and they're being too complimentary of their friend's wedding dress. Oh my God, your ass looks so great. There won't be a soft dick in the house. And I was like, that's a great line. Instead of not a dry eye. But so it's June. It's Pride Month.
Yeah.
And I write a little one-liner for this thing that I wrote it down a ways back, and I was like, you know what, I'll fold it into here. And the joke was, I got in and out. I said, hey, and Steph, you were there. You heard me say this. Okay. So I'm not sure if you saw at the end of the show what happened. Steph was there. Excellent. So Steph, you can confirm. I do this joke. I go, hey, happy Pride Month, everybody. Ally here. I truly believe that being gay is not your choice. It's not your choice. It's my choice. You're gay and you're gay and you're gay. Haha. That's the superpower. I say that. And this woman,
super harmless.
It's a dumb play on words. It's not your choice. It's my choice. And I start deeming people gay. And it
all
gets
dudes,
all men, a couple of women, but mostly dudes. And there's a gentle chuckle, but there's a level of uncomfortability, discomfort. And a lady off to the side back, if I'm at the 12 o'clock position, about 2 o'clock, he goes, well, it's not. I'm like, okay, fuck. All right. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is the joke is it's not your choice. It's my choice, but you have to believe, I don't think I'm a wizard that I can just Euricus Gayicus and I'm tapping people with a penis shaped wand.
They didn't know that you didn't think that was
true. Do you
true.
think I really think that? Is that what you're saying?
I can deem that.
Because you're an idiot if you think that.
Show goes fine. Whatever. I have a great set. Everybody does a great job. Izzy crushes. Quinlan. Everybody was great. And at the end, one of the employees there goes, "Hey, a lady in the back wanted to chat you up." I was like, "Okay." And I go in the back, and there she is, wearing her hemp frock with her fucking arms crossed, looking like a goddamn softball coach from Vermont. And I like, "Hey, I hear you're at the show." And she done a smile on her face. He's like, "You know, it isn't a choice, right?" I go, "Yes, I know. It was a play on words."
Did you think it was my choice?
Did you think it was mine? I go, "Yes, I know. It was just a play on words." Okay, just I want you to know, a lot of people think that it is a choice and it's a lifestyle that we so choose to believe. I was born this way, and she starts going on. I'm like, okay. I go, "Thank you.
You were born obnoxious.
You were born.
You were born.
I believe
a
you.
huge pain in the ass."
Yes.
Okay,
we believe you.
Nothing to do with your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You just as a person, gender, sexuality aside, are horseshit. I go, okay.
I would totally bang every guy in here before another 5 minutes to hang out.
I'd fuck a tin can.
Yes.
Okay. And I go, "Okay, thank you. I'm taking off. I'm heading home." It's like I'm walking away. She's like, "I just like to educate." I'm like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Damn. Okay.
You're educating me on comedy.
Yes, you're educating
that's what you're
me.
doing. It was a joke.
Okay, it was literally a play on words.
But it's a joke. So you're literally saying you, who's never done comedy, is educating me, makes a living doing comedy on comedy. Do you know, say that out loud? I would say to you, say that out loud, and then if you don't realize how stupid you sound, then you can go fuck yourself. Because I'm getting angry right now. Educate me, fucking die in a fire, bitch.
No, I'm sure Justin did the right thing. I think you just turned.
Oh no, the minute you read her vibe, like, oh, this would be like telling the wind to blow in a different direction.
Right.
I said, "Thank you. I'm gonna get out of here and head home. Thank you. I've been paid. I'm gonna leave." I love the shit out of Bergen, so I'm not trying to be this problem.
It's a great room.
It's a great room. If you've never been to the Roadside Grill or anything that Bergen or Nazer books, they book great rooms. Cellar Door, that's Nazer. Steph, you said you had a great time, but yes, and it's much like a character from Patreon, which we keep referencing. Why were you at the show? Why were you there? Why were you there?
Well, why do you feel the need to say anything? You could just not like that joke.
By the way, that's also the appropriate response when you hear something that isn't funny. You don't laugh. That's
a very
that's
easy
what you
concept.
do. And by the way, Justin wants laughs. So if you want to punish him for something that you had a problem with, the punishment is not laughing.
Cross
because
your arms.
that's what he's trying to get. So the idea of talking to him afterwards, God, you're right. It's like, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? Like, I'm not going to educate you about whatever the hell you do. Don't do it on me. You can hear the proof is in the pudding. Steph and everybody else.
She works in a nonprofit.
What she did is really
she
fucking offensive and rude. What you did was nothing compared to that.
Nothing.
So it's like, you're the fucking evil person. You're the bad guy.
But you can tell she has lived a blameless life. She has the accountability store is all sold out.
I'll bet you that in her mind, what she did worked.
Oh, what she did? Oh, no, she's going to head back to the fucking compound.
Let me tell you what happened.
Let me tell you a guy that I brought up to speed tonight. So I was talking He'll
never do that again.
This cis white guy kind of put him in his place. Okay. Kind of showed him what's up. Now let's turn the acolyte on. This show rules. So, that was my weekend while you guys were getting into what you were doing.
Well,
and book me for next Thursday because that sounds fucking awesome.
All right, we're doing it.
All right, cool.
Can I say this about
Please.
Here's Why You're Wrong, which is now the name of your podcast with Katie.
Dave Dennis, you artiste alongside the computer.
Doing such great
The
graphics.
logos are brilliant.
Yes, we'll put them on the screen once we figure out how to work it again. But it's when you guys started this, it was Katie's idea. And I was making, in my mind, I'm telling myself regarding naming it, I'm going to be deferential to Katie here because I wouldn't say adamant, but I was making my case that I thought something to do with casting or recasting should be in the title, some play on that. And I was like, okay. But not only is it a great idea, you're doing the show and it's great. Well, that's the key. So you're doing it. Like you're doing it every week.
I always say that.
A lot.
That's the hard part.
I say that all the time. People are like, God, I wish I had thought of that idea. And I go, no. It's not thinking of it.
It's doing it.
It's doing it.
Doing
I think of a lot of things. I've done like 4.
The Grease one's up now. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Going to be huge. That's the next one.
The most reaction we've had to any Patreon exclusive property. I mean, maybe neck and neck with Storytime with Thomas and Bazo, but it's people get invested. They get interactive. And this is why you're wrong. It's some of the tension, obviously comedic and loving.
Yes.
But when you two start getting each other's asses, it's really
funny. And you can tell it's
really
real.
good. It's
and
the best.
But it's also arguing about just nothing.
Yeah. There's no consequence.
It's no value to humanity. Nothing will ever actually get cast. It's just fun.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna I'm not gonna fight too hard on logos and shit. It's her baby.
Yeah.
And she's killing it and they're doing it. Have that.
Yes.
And then she comes up with castmates. And I'm like, well, fuck yeah, it's great. So now I'm being deferential to Katie. It's also a name that I like.
It's her idea.
It's her idea.
Yeah.
And then we go to vote and fucking Joe gets his name. Oh, I'm not being deferential to you. I don't care about that.
A win for Joe.
Now, let me say this.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, I'm trying to be deferential to Katie, but I was, and Katie picked the name that I also liked. But everyone, but this also goes when you say people were voting against you in the fucking on who's winning the casting.
Because we can see who votes.
No, because the name that she picked that I liked, that Justin liked, they all said no, they picked your.
But you're wrong. I didn't make up Here's Why You're Wrong. Katie did.
But we know, if you listen to this show, the DLP agenda, she came up with it in the chat.
Yeah.
We both said that's a great
I
name.
know that. What I'm saying is
it's just ironic that I'm going out of my way to make sure she got what she wants.
You wouldn't have given me that.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have given me that for sure. I do prefer the name that we have. I know you don't.
This is why we're wrong. I honestly love it. Castmates is it's a brilliant title. It's very, very clever. But this is why you're wrong is so unique.
And I am assuming that, I mean, I know all the patrons have listened to it.
Yeah.
We're going to put one outside of the paywall so people can hear it. It's fucking good.
No, it's great. And
it's
I want
good.
people,
It's a good show.
And I don't dislike the name. I just, to Jeff Hancock's point on the Patreon, I thought if you two, this was successful and you want to do another podcast, that would be the name. So you sort of,
well, maybe we could.
I think of another podcast.
Or you could just do multiple episodes about different things.
Yeah.
A Castmates can be a segment within the show. It could be some sort of sub segment in This Is Why You're Wrong.
Yes.
The guys, James Petrogallo, Jimmy Wisman, that do Crime and Sports, Small Town Murder, they have a new podcast. I love the name of. I haven't even listened to it yet, but I like it. You know what it is? It's Andrew Unger Yelp reviews the podcast.
Oh, really?
And they go into comments from their other podcasts. And they get into, because I mean, they get into some real brutal murders and there's some athletes and they shit on sports teams, whatever. And, murder riles people up, shitting on sports teams, athletes, legendary athletes, good, bad, and different, fires people up. And they have a new podcast called Your Stupid Opinion. And just the name is really good. And when I heard This Is Why You're Wrong,
it does pop.
It pops like Your Stupid
and the
Opinion.
Logos pop. Thank you.
The logos are fantastic, Dave Dennis. And Dave Dennis also responsible for the Patreon Palooza Avengers logo, which is absolutely brilliant. For those that are asking who Ant-Man is, that's Joe Stamboni. The little fella in the corner. They're like, someone's like, is that Evan? I'm like, no, he's not. No. Okay. There's no jiu-jitsu podcast on here, which, again, be sure to listen to the Patreon. Something happens during the Patreon to my son at jiu-jitsu, and I couldn't stop laughing.
And Dave also did the new Dork Dynasty logo. And speaking of that, here's a little taste from the last episode.
So just to make sure I understand this, because I understood the game that Eric was playing clearly. Helldivers with a multiple group of options, 4-player co-op, taking on aliens and bugs from each side of the universe trying to save Earth. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
I am, too, playing something rather sci-fi where I build spaceships and fly off to have adventures on 1,000 planets and 100 systems, trying to figure out the secrets of the universe and an ancient alien race, all the while engaging in first-person combat.
Yes.
You're playing a game where there is a picture of a banana on the screen.
Yep.
That when you click it, the number goes up 1.
Yes. For each click.
Okay. Now, you've been fired from the podcast.
Chris Karlheim has taken this space.
Hell yeah.
Where he picks these games. In this case, I believe it's called Bananas. That no one would ever pick. So I have this hypothetical to you, Justin.
Okay.
For the rest of your life, the only video games you can play are the Karlheim games. Is there
no?
Well, Sonic Spinball's a
is
real
there an amount
game.
of money
There
there?
is a strategy or whatever.
The game sucks.
But Banana, that's a different thing. If you
I want to take Joe on in Banana.
I want to take you, dude. This is during the podcast. If you listen, I was playing the game banana.
Was that it?
There's my high score.
That's pretty good.
There's my high score right there.
That seems like a
what
lot
do
of
you mean your high
bananas.
score? When you stop playing, is there a time if you're not clicking?
If you close the game, the score resets.
Okay.
For those that are unfamiliar, I'll give you a little peek behind the Patreon paywall window. Whenever we play or do Dork Dynasty, I always have one baseline question, one boilerplate question. I always ask the fellas, and I answer myself, what have you been playing? And Eric and I will talk about some of the stuff that we've been playing. Most games you've heard of. It's a big new Call of Duty or Helldivers or a Street Fighter game or whatever. Something you might even see a television commercial advertising. Chris finds these games that I'm pretty sure are being developed by people in prison on a stolen IBM ThinkPad, or he just wills them into existence. But they're usually a game, like a component. There's a pass-fail. I could see how you could win or lose or a scoring system. He hit a home run on this one with the depth of absurdity. It's a game called Banana. And what you do in Banana is you turn the game on, and on screen is a picture of a banana. And you take your mouse and you click the banana, and it says 1. Now, if you click the banana a second time, it says 2.
No way.
Now, Joe, what do you think happens if you click the banana a third time?
Yeah, no, I was already listening, so I'm the wrong guy to
It
ask.
says 3.
This is wow.
You just click the banana, and
with
the
today's
score goes up.
technology, that's
It's
amazing.
unbelievable. It's Unreal
There's nothing
Engine
they
5.
can't
By the
do.
way,
And he says he's been playing it for days.
so with today's technology,
Yeah.
right? You figure how many people during the show? Did you listen, by the way, to Dork Dynasty?
Fucking banana.
You want to know how many people were playing it during the show when they went in and looked?
Do you know about the player count on this thing?
No.
It's on a service called Steam. Steam's like
Yes.
Netflix. Steam's Hulu. Steam's
Gotcha.
Prime. You can go on, but imagine, I would love, by the way, for Netflix to do this, for Netflix to do what Steam does, which you heard about. Imagine you go and watch Air on Apple TV. Okay.
Yes.
And you could see how many people were watching that movie at the exact moment.
That's cool.
There's 75,324 people watching Air right now.
I like
Well,
a
Steam-
communal vibe.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's in the community
Mhm.
tab, and you can click on a game. How many people are playing Fortnite right now? 68,150. How many people are
Is
playing?
that? Are you just making that is that a realistic number that you're saying?
Just about, yeah.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
usually 68,000, 69,000. How many people are playing Call of Duty right now? Maybe 95,000
Okay.
people are playing at that exact moment. Banana was the 4th most played game on the planet, with 386,000 people playing at that moment. A nation
Hey.
of lunatics were sitting there and clicking.
Carl, I'm tapped in.
Oh, Banana. He says,
Sorry, he likes cool games that everybody likes.
it's the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen.
You know, there's
and he plays it
somebody-
for days.
There's someone out there who's rigged it to where their mouse can hit, and they have some ungodly score.
They
Hey.
want to crash it.
Let's make coconut.
I even said,
Hey,
I
every
said,
time you click it, you get 2.
Yeah.
I said on the Patreon, they should do a sequel called Apple.
Yes.
Oh, what do you think? Hey, from the makers of
Lawsuit
Banana,
there.
plantain
Yeah.
for the Spanish markets. It's ridiculous. He's
Brittany
playing-
says this was the first Dork Dynasty I've listened to in a while, and it had me. So just because you're not like a video game nerd,
Oh no,
maybe you like fruit. Listen to
start-
Dork Dynasty.
we start this episode with pegging.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's no video games.
I don't think you've ever started an episode with video.
No, maybe one of the early editions, but
you got past
but
that.
that's it. Hey, I noticed. Are you keeping yourself out of the sun? Because I see I see a
Yeah.
spot or two on you,
All
pal.
right. So
Segue.
yes,
Smooth.
Katie, she saw this mark on my leg.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. It was about the size of a BB, maybe
Okay.
smaller than that.
Okay.
And to me, it just looked like a scab,
Okay.
right? And Katie goes, "Hey, how long has that been there?" And I go, I don't know. She goes, "What is it?" And I go, I think it's a scab. She goes, "No, you need to get that checked out."
Okay.
need to
And
go
you
to
would never in a million years get it checked out.
no.
She's just thinking of you.
You need to go to the
Can
dermatologist.
I see it? Where's it at again? I'm sorry.
Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
You need to go to the dermatologist. I go, okay. So I schedule an appointment with the dermatologist. Okay. Let's say the appointment was at 11. I can't remember when it was. It was 11.
Okay.
I show up. I go to the wrong place.
Sir, this is a quiz test.
So I'm hustling to where the hospital is by the mall in order to make sure that I get to my appointment on time. I get in there 5 minutes before it starts. I go, hey, am I in the right place? I have an 11:15 appointment. They go, yeah. I sit there for an hour.
Ooh. Well,
before I'm
sometimes.
seen.
Yeah.
You're getting frustrated.
I am, because it's during the workday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So finally, I'm texting Kate. I go, they haven't even called me back to sit in the other room till they call me. You know what I mean? I'm still sitting in the
Have you
lobby.
already explained why you're there? Is there that step?
I don't remember if I say, yeah, I think I did. When you fill out whatever you fill out, you say, hey, I have something I want checked out.
Put that in the bottom of the
I
emergency
guess, I don't know.
list.
So finally I walk up and I go, hey, I never do this, but I've been here an hour. She goes, oh, I forgot to hit enter or whatever.
Oh God. Okay. Can you see me next then? This
so
is
yeah,
on you.
so I'm next. No, I'm not kidding. Another 10 minutes. They bring me back to this other room. The guy checks me and whatever. I've been there about an hour and 15 minutes.
All right.
This guy comes in. He's the doctor. He has this. It's almost, you look through. It's almost like
the thing you look at a jewel with.
That's exactly what I was
Okay,
going to use to
little
describe
telescope.
Well, your body is one big jewel.
You are a diamond.
He puts the thing. He goes up the thing. He goes, that's a scab, and he fucking walks out. I'm telling you right now. I swear. I'm telling you. I wasn't in there for 60 seconds.
Enjoy that coke, baby bitch.
I wasn't in there for 60 seconds.
I bet you were fucking happy because you had a big win.
That's kind of a best case scenario.
Big win.
A, you get to tell her. B, it's not skin cancer.
Exactly.
So let's look at the good thing.
But that
It
was
ain't
the
skin
most
cancer.
important thing. Is that you were right?
Yeah.
Over Katie.
Yes.
Second, not cancer.
Not cancered with the fall
Yeah.
drop.
Sir, can I record you with my phone?
It was Katie.
Making fun of me for being here.
Yeah. It was Katie, not cancer.
Now,
Show
in his
title.
defense,
It was Katie, not cancer. Yes, that's it.
he had a little scalpel, and he goes, yeah, hold on. He just took it off. I mean, I'm telling you, he scraped at it with 3 things, and just the
And then he
the
said
top
that'll be
layer of skin.
$600.
I don't know what it's going to be. That's
God,
another thing.
I want it to be like a Toll House morsel.
I
I
don't
want it to
know.
be like a speckle of
Yeah,
food.
he licks his finger and he
Sir,
wipes it off.
This is spaghetti bolognese. Okay, it's a little
Yes.
bit of ground beef on there.
And then I said, "Do I need to do?" He goes, "No, you can just go. What are you going to do? I don't. There's. What do you want? Pain pills?
You know what's funny? I had
I do actually.
I
Yeah.
have a lot of pain.
I found an old photo of me. I'm not sure if you've ever noticed this before, but this reminds me of a time that I went to. I'm gonna kind of zoom in so you don't see. I had my friend Waldorf Pete years ago, and this reminds me because I was at this specialist instead of a doctor, it was a dentist. That I was at 60 seconds, maybe a minute. That we're at his place one day, and God, this might have been 2004 or 5. Young man, and we're playing a video game. We're talking. We're sitting from here to here. He's looking at me. And he does this bit where he looks, he goes, look at me, smile. He goes, that tooth is fucking way longer than that tooth. I'm like,
Now you're like, what?
wait, what?
Now that's
What?
in my head.
Wait, I immediately go to the mirror. I'm like, huh? What? Wait, what? The next day, I see my friend Skateboard Gordon.
Way longer or just slightly longer?
I have a photo.
Okay.
I go, Gordon, you ever notice that this tooth is way longer than the other? Yeah. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I asked my brother, I go, have you always noticed I've had this tooth long? He's like, yeah, that one's way longer than the other one. I'm like, no one has ever told me.
Was it distracting?
I guess.
How old are
enough
you at
for-
this time?
I'm in my early 20s.
So I don't know you yet.
You don't know
Okay.
me yet. And this isn't the best photo, but it's a photo. And I found an old headshot of me pre getting this thing handled. Look at the length of this tooth compared to that tooth. It's significantly bigger than that tooth. What are the work? It's enough that people notice.
I would never get that work done.
I make an
I
appointment.
just wouldn't smile.
And they file it
that day.
down.
I go in there. He comes in with a Dremel.
They're like, oh my God, I've never seen a tooth this longer than the other.
Cancel the other appointments.
This is
This
like-
is an all day.
This is like Shaq next to Muggsy Bogues.
Dude, I have yes, it's Zay Flowers next to King Henry. This is pre Tom Cruise getting his fucking teeth fixed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you
the
know that?
Outsiders
Yeah, so-
era.
Well, Tom Cruise.
What about Risky Business? Did he have it fixed in that?
You know his he has a tooth
In
dead in the middle.
center.
Yeah, in the
Once you
dead
see it,
center.
you can't
Ah.
unsee
Oh,
it.
I didn't know it wasn't a thing anymore. He got it fixed.
I think he might have. I think it's still there. But if you see him in 1981, 1980,
I'm trying to
dude,
find
his
a picture
teeth
of
are
it.
fucked
Let's
up.
see if we can get
Yeah,
it
he's
close up.
disgusting.
Oh, dude, right down there with the 3 dates. Click that one. Look at the tooth all the way to the left. That shit's bad.
Yeah.
His tooth ain't, and it's dead too. He's got a dead rotten
yeah.
tooth.
Oh, you got it fixed.
I sit down in this dentist's office. He looks at me and goes, smile. Zzz, you're done.
Because
And
now you're Tom Cruise.
There. Now you can star in
That'll
Outsiders
be
too.
$6,000.
Outsiders harder.
I forgot I was still wearing this hat.
Yeah.
Hey, one more thing.
didn't.
And I guess this will be what we'll close
Yeah,
on.
we'll end on this thing.
Katie's mad at you guys. Now I don't.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Who's you guys?
I'm not part of this. It's you two.
Justin and I.
That's right.
Okay.
So as I tell the story, you'll start to figure it out.
Oh,
Katie.
boy.
Oh, fuck. I know what it is.
Katie wants to go on vacation.
I knew it. God damn it. I knew it.
Okay.
Oh.
Katie
Okay.
goes, you know what? I'm going to put some research together. And she puts this fucking document out.
That's
true.
Where we're going, what the
Yeah.
amenities are, how much it's going to cost, what the different options are. You know, she sends it out to you. Get it, Rob?
I got it, and I looked at it.
Yeah, I got it. too.
Justin got it.
Yeah,
But
I
I
got
didn't do that.
I do think Justin did give it one of these. I think
get it.
Justin gave.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Justin might have given it a thumbs up.
Holy
I
shit,
think
there
I
it is.
didn't acknowledge it
But
at all to her.
no one responded. And by the way, it isn't just you two. Like our friend Jamie
Yeah.
responded. I think Kate might have given it a thumbs
Dude, I'm
up or
looking at
whatever.
it. She did
But
so
for the
much
most
work.
part, people didn't say a word about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it was kind of shitty. No, she did a lot of work, and we're like,
Yeah.
thanks for the homework. You're just trying to make us happy. Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got a leg to stand on here. I mean, she's in the right.
Sorry, Katie.
Yeah, that was kind of shitty.
I don't think I can do any of those weeks, which was why I didn't
Let's see here.
respond.
Mhm.
But
Well, can
I
I
could
look
have
at these
Go
responded.
tell her.
dates?
Go tell
Okay,
her that.
I'll tell her that.
17714. Hold on. Well, she
It
knows,
also
she
seemed-
knows who she has to convince for me to be able to go.
She should have sent it to
Well,
Mudge.
one of those we have a bright box on.
Yeah,
One of those we got a bright box, but the weekend before,
yeah.
wide open.
It's
as a
also
horse's
pretty
knees.
expensive if I'm going solo.
Right, but
Yeah.
but it's all with what are you gonna do? What do you think? We're gonna be humping the whole time? I mean, it's just
Lot
us.
of
It's us.
fucking-
It's us.
That doesn't change the price. What do you mean?
Oh, it does. I think. Oh, I see. It's a room. I got you.
it's
You
a
still need-
couple's rate.
Well,
so
Yeah.
If we come back early,
I don't
on the
mind going
14th,
by myself, but I'm paying for two basically.
Well,
What
you only
if-
pay for one flight.
What if you were my
Yeah.
+1 and Mudge doesn't go? We have a great time.
Yeah, you could do that.
How about that?
Well, let's be
Uh-huh.
honest. You'd have a lot more fun. Hey, either way, you're not having sex, but with
No.
me, you're having fun.
You get laid way more.
Yeah,
Okay. No,
So
I'd have
Katie
way more
literally
sex.
said in chat, "We're super fucking flexible." Let me tell you what else she said before that.
I should
though.
respond.
How bad? Hold on. Give me the peak of her anger.
Shit. No, here's what she said.
'Cause she
Most,
just started-
Who did she mention first?
It's definitely me.
most of it's about before in the chat. She goes, "I'll never tell him to get something checked out again. If he dies, he dies."
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dies,
Another
he
show
dies.
title. If he
If he
dies,
dies,
he
he dies. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we shouldn't have cancer in the title. Yeah.
Yeah, probably bad idea for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
If he dies is great.
There you go. You
I
and Kate.
like this. I also like the December week. Do we want to say where? Or do we want to put all that out there?
Well, it's I mean, we can say where we're considering going, Punta Cana.
Yeah, fucking Punta
Yeah.
Cana. And the resort looks awesome. And
Now
you
we've
know
been
what?
there before, and we had a fucking outstanding.
Can I
time.
tell you? I also had this amount of money right here. I don't want to give away too much. I had that amount of money earmarked per person for a trip to New Zealand
Oh,
before flights, which is why I pulled the shoot. on going to New
now
Zealand.
now that money's sitting there.
It's kind of there.
Yeah, all right.
So I would like to go. She know
Mm.
who she needs to go, and you need to contact Bert Kreischer. You need to get hold of Mudge.
Yeah.
And I need both of you to work your damnedest to make me happy.
All right,
okay.
on it.
You
on
got
it.
your the Robinsons have their work cut out for them, and you've got your work cut out for you. Patreon Palooza, 7-Eleven.
Spread the word.
Please, if you're a Patreon member, we know you're going to be there, and we're so happy you are. The goal of this is like a telethon. We want to bring more people into this as we can. So if for every one Patreon member brings in one more, $5, they're going
And
to get
you can get out
everything.
anytime. It's not like a contract.
No, this ain't a fucking timeshare.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can actually pay $5. Listen to every Patreon show we've ever done, and then cancel.
Yeah.
Clearly, we don't
Bounce.
want you to do that.
We
but
want
you
you to stick
could.
around, okay? And you get other stuff if you go 10 or 20 or 50. Just ask any of the founding fathers. But yes, we would love to have you there. 7-Eleven. I'm
We're
going to be
figuring out a live stream too.
The
We're figuring
live
out the
stream-
time, and we'll figure that out.
Yeah, Rob done some research and he's found an
Mm.
ability to live stream.
I won't
via
wear this
Patreon.
hat either.
The hat's now part of your personality. The hat is now you. If you don't have,
We're the scab.
yes, scab. Next time we'll have you completely covered in scabs. I'm going to be at the Cellar Door this coming Sunday in Frederick. You're going to be there 1 week after.
Yeah, I'm at the at our dear the Bright Box on the 29th, and then Frederick Cellar on the 30th in Nashville this weekend with Keckner, if anyone's interested. And down there. First time in Nashville. Should be fun.
And I'm going to be working alongside Umar Khan Magooby Saturday, June 29th. So he's going to be doing a headlining set. And I'm looking to get some time. So he's going to let me feature for him. And he is blowing up. So I'm very appreciative of Umar. And yeah, we hope to catch you next week as we make our way towards Patreon Palooza 7-11. Put it in your calendar. Tell a friend, tell a family member, and we'll see you there.